Good morning. Today is day number 34. Day number 34 of going through the Bible in 102 days. So, what we're going to be looking at today is the start of Chronicles. On Saturday was day 32. If you're looking for day 33 in the list, there's none, like no stream, because that was yesterday, that was Sunday, so there's no reading on Sundays. But last time we read on Saturday, I was reading with my dad. It was really great, and we got to see the end of Second Kings, so the end of the Kings books. Now we're going into First Chronicles and then Second Chronicles after that this week. I'm excited for it because it's a lot of the stories, they overlap with what we saw in Kings. Like there is, a certain retelling of it, but the focus is different. And I'm excited to go through and see that together, see that different focus and see that different perspective. And yeah, we'll see. Basically, what we saw from Kings was a little bit hard to grasp and read because it got so dark and things just went downhill a lot. But that's where we're at in terms of like the end of Kings. So in our minds as we're going through this, we're at the end of Kings in terms of what we just finished reading, which is a really low point. The kingdom that started as one kingdom got split into two kingdoms. The northern kingdom, the kingdom of Israel, was eventually kept being bad and bad and bad, with like slight glimmers of hope, but eventually they got taken over, invaded by Assyria. Assyria couldn't conquer the southern kingdom of Judah, but eventually Babylon came and conquered them, deported them, the people, back to Babylon, ransacked the temple, destroyed the city. So that's kind of like the end of Kings, even though things started really, really great with Solomon and Solomon building the temple and everything being like at a great high point. Now it's at a low point. But as we're thinking about this, now we're kind of like, we've gotten these cool things that we've read, like the things that we've learned in the last little bit. And then now we're going to revisit a lot of that. But it doesn't mean that it's useless in any way whatsoever. It's actually a very useful retelling. I'm not going to get into spoilers for it, but it's going to be a very, very exciting. So now we're backtracking a fair bit, which we'll see in a second. So in terms of how far we are along in the Bible reading plan, this is it. This is like the full color highlighting that I am doing as we go through. If you want to highlight it for yourself, hey guys, this is it. It's available in the description down below. There's a document I'll show you right here. There's tabs on the bottom here. You can print it with the titles, the headers if you want. If you don't want headings, there's a version that way too. Boxed, unboxed, anyways. And then the last tab is to see how far along we are by chapter count in our Bible reading progress. So we currently have read 338 chapters out of 1,189. And so that puts us at 28.4%, which is pretty neat. It's pretty crazy. So these are the books that we've done so far: Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, Deuteronomy, Joshua, Judges, Ruth, 1st, 2nd Samuel, 1st, 2nd Kings. So it's been a lot of reading, and now we're at day 34. So all of these were in the first 32 days, which is kind of crazy. And now here we are at day 34, starting First Chronicles. This is where we are, First Chronicles 1 to 9 today. Then, if you're interested at all, this is the schedule of when I'm reading live. So that's Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to about 8:30 in the morning. And then Saturday, I get to read with someone else, which is really fun and gives more insight because I other people get to see what they notice and what they see in the text as well. So it's really neat, really fun. I really enjoy that. That's 10 a.m. on Saturdays, which, speaking of having different people having different perspectives and noticing different things in the text, if you notice something in the text, there is a document for you to add your thoughts to the text or to the study as we're going through it. Not to the text. The text is the text. But if you're seeing things in the text and you want to add those things to the discussion and add them in a resource, in a document that'll continue to live on with everyone else's notes, this is it. This is the collaborative notes document where you can add your thoughts. And I love seeing things pop up in this document. So any chapter that we're at, you just go there, add a little bullet point. Well, bullet point's not working, but there you go. Now the bullet point's working. You had a bullet point, or just start writing your notes below that chapter. And then all of these are collapsible after for easy navigation. So if you have any thoughts, anything that you spot in the text that you're like, that's interesting, or even a question that comes up from it, anything at all, if you want to add it to that, add it to the discussion, that'd be really, really cool. Or you can also, say something in the chat, say something in the comments, whether you're watching this live or even after the fact. If you're watching the recorded version, then you can just throw something in the comments, and like that, it's really, really encouraging for me to read those comments whenever they come in. So speaking of, if you are on this morning and you want to say good morning, hey Dad, good morning. And yeah, it'd be really cool to see who's on right now. And I can only see if you're on, who's on, if you say something in the chat. So let me know, and let's yeah. And again, I love getting to do this with your participation as well in this, where we're doing this together. It's a challenge, but it can be something that we grow in together. So I'll also be taking my own notes. My notes are going to be after every chapter. I'll be taking a few notes here and there. Or not here and there, but like after every chapter, just a couple notes, just a couple bullet point notes at the end of each chapter. And that's been really neat. I enjoy doing that. But before we actually get into the reading this morning, I'll let you know that the scriptures quoted are from the NET Bible, https://netbible.com, copyright 1996-2019, used with permission from Biblical Studies Press, LLC, all rights reserved. So let's pray, and then we'll start our morning reading. Dear Lord God, I thank you so much for this morning. I thank you for the opportunity that we have this morning to read your word. I pray, Lord, as last Saturday, how we got to read about Josiah and the law being found, your word being found, and it being read, and the reading of your word transforming his life and transforming the nation. Lord, we want to see that. We want to see that this morning, that your word would transform us this morning as we read it. That today, as we go through the first 9 chapters of Chronicles, God, that you would speak to us and that you would shape us and mold us. And Lord, we need you. We need you so desperately, Lord. We want to see you, see your character, see your heart expressed in these pages. Lord, I pray that we would be able to find you expressed, find what you've wanted us to glean from these scriptures, what you want us to gather, what you want us to have to then apply to our lives, Lord. Yes, Lord, I thank you for this morning, and I do pray that we would just be so attentive to you, God. I pray in your name, Jesus. Amen. All right. Let's read. Let's start First Chronicles, a new book. Here we go. Screen share. Adam's descendants. Adam, Seth, Enosh, Kenan, Mahalalel, Jared, Enoch, Methuselah, Lamech, Noah, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. The sons of Japheth: Gomer, Magog, Madai, Javan, Tubal, Meshech, and Tiras. The sons of Gomer: Ashkenaz, Riphtah, and Togarmah. The sons of Javan: Elisha, Tarshish, the Kittites, and the Rodanites. The sons of Ham: Cush, Mizraim, Put, and Canaan. The sons of Cush: Seba, Havilah, Sabta, Ramah, and Sabteka. The sons of Ramah: Sheba and Dedan. Cush was the father of Nimrod, who established himself as a mighty warrior on earth. Mizraim was the father of the Ludites, Anamites, Lehabites, Naphtuhites, Pathrusites, Kazluhites, from whom the Philistines descended, and the Caphtorites. Canaan was the father of Sidon, his firstborn, and Heth, as well as the Jebusites, Amorites, Girgashites, Hivites, Archites, Sinites, Arvadites, Zemarites, and Hamathites. The sons of Shem: Elam, Ashur, Arphaxad, Lud, and Aram. The sons of Aram: Uz, Hul, Gether, and Meshech. Arphaxad was the father of Shelah. Shelah was the father of Eber. 2 sons were born to Eber. The first was named Peleg, for during his lifetime the earth was divided. His brother's name was Joktan. Joktan was the father of Almodad, Sheleph, Hazarmaveth, Jerah, Hadoram, Uzal, Dikla, Ebal, Abinmael, Sheba, Ophir, Havilah, and Jobab. All these were the sons of Joktan. Shem, Arphaxad, Shelah, Eber, Peleg, Ru, Serug, Nahor, Terah, Abram, that is Abraham. The sons of Abraham: Isaac and Ishmael. These were their descendants. Ishmael's firstborn was Nebaioth. The others were Keter, Adbeel, Mibsam, Mishma, Duma, Massa, Hadad, Tema, Jetur, Naphish, and Kedema. These were the sons of Ishmael. The sons to whom Keturah, Abraham's concubine, gave birth: Zimran, Jokshan, Medan, Midian, Ishbak, Shua. The sons of Jokshan: Sheba and Dedan. The sons of Midian: Ephah, Epher, Hanok, Abida, and Eldah. All these were the sons of Keturah. Abraham was the father of Isaac. The sons of Isaac: Esau and Israel. The sons of Esau: Eliphaz, Ruel, Jeush, Jalam, and Korah. The sons of Eliphaz: Teman, Omar, Zephi, Gatam, Kenaz, and by Timnah, Amalek. The sons of Ruel: Nahath, Zerah, Shammah, and Mizah. The sons of Seir: Lotan, Shobal, Zibeon, Anna, Dishon, Ezer, and Dishan. The sons of Lotan: Hori and Homan. Timnah was Lotan's sister. The sons of Shobal: Alian, Manahath, Ibal, Shephi, and Onam. The sons of Zibeon: Aiah and Anna. The sons of Anna: Dishon. The sons of Dishon: Hamaran, Eshban, Ithran, and Keran. The sons of Ezer: Bilhan, Zaavan, Jaakan. The sons of Dishan: Uz and Aran. These were the kings who reigned in the land of Edom before any king ruled over the Israelites. Bela, son of Beor, the name of his city was Dinhaba. When Bela died, Jobab, son of Zerah, and Bozrah succeeded him. When Jobab died, Hushmam from the land of the Temanites succeeded him. When Husham died, Hadad, son of Bedad, succeeded him. He struck down the Midianites in the plains of Moab. The name of his city was Avith. When Hadad died, Shamla from Masrekah succeeded him. When Shamla died, Shaul from Rehoboth on the river succeeded him. When Shaul died, Baal Hanan son of Akbor succeeded him. When Baal Hanan died, Hadad succeeded him. The name of his city was Pai. His wife was Mehetabel, daughter of Matred, daughter of Mizahab. Hadad died. The tribe of Edom were Timnah, Alva, Jetheth, Oholibama, Ela, Pinon, Kenaz, Teman, Mibzar, Magdiel, and Iram. These were the tribal chiefs of Edom. This is such a short verse. Hadad died. I just thought that was funny. Okay. I'll take a couple of notes here on this chapter. And okay, so I mean, this one definitely had a decent amount of names I am not used to pronouncing, but there are a lot of descendants from, yeah. Okay. Many generations of descendants starting at Adam. Generations and multiple different kings of Edom. But yeah, I guess that one verse, like Hadad died, I guess it was significant that Hadad died. Like I don't know. That one's like really poking my curiosity because I don't know. It was very important for that to be a verse. It was very important for that to be stated. I don't know if there was some kind of a rumor that Hadad never died or something, but interesting, super short little verse. By word count, it's just as long as Jesus wept, but slightly shorter in terms of character count. Anyways, these were the sons of Israel: Reuben, Simeon, Levi, Judah, Issachar, and Zebulun, Dan, Joseph, Benjamin, Naphtali, Gad, Asher. The sons of Judah: Er, Onan, Shelah. These three were born to him by Bathshua, a Canaanite woman. Er, Judah's firstborn, displeased the Lord, so the Lord killed him. Tamar, Judah's daughter-in-law, bore to him Perez and Zerah. Judah had 5 sons in all. The sons of Perez: Hezron and Hamul. The sons of Zerah: Zimri, Ethan, Heman, Calcol, Dara, 5 in all. The sons of Carmi: Achan, who brought the disaster on Israel when he stole what was devoted to God. The son of Ethan: Azariah. The sons born to Hezron: Jerahmeel, Ram, and Caleb. Ram was the father of Aminadab, and Aminadab was the father of Nahshon, the tribal chief of Judah. Nahshon was the father of Salma, and Salma was the father of Boaz. Boaz was the father of Obed, and Obed was the father of Jesse. Jesse was the father of Eliab, his firstborn. Aminadab was born second, Shimeah third, Nethanel fourth, Radai fifth, Ozem sixth, and David seventh. Their sisters were Zeruiah and Abigail. Zeruiah's 3 sons were Abshai, Joab, and Asahel. Abigail bore Amasa, whose father was Jether the Ishmaelite. Caleb's son of Hezron fathered sons by his wife Azubah, also known as Jerioth. Her sons were Jesher, Shobab, and Ardon. When Azubah died, Caleb married Ephrath, who bore him Hur. Hur was the father of Uri, and Uri was the father of Bezalel. Later Hezron slept with the daughter of Machir, the father of Gilead. He had married her when he was 60 years old. She bore him Segub. Segub was the father of Jair, who owned 23 cities in the land of Gilead. Jeshur and Aram captured the towns of Jair, along with Kenath and its 60 surrounding towns. All these were descendants of Machir, the father of Gilead. After Hezron's death, Caleb slept with Ephrath, his father Hezron's widow, and she bore to him Ashur, the father of Tekoa. The sons of Zeramil, Hezron's firstborn, were Ram, the firstborn, Bunah, Oren, Ozem, and Ahijah. Jeremiel had another wife named Adarah. She was Onam's mother. The sons of Ram, Jeremiel's firstborn, were Maz, Jamin, and Eker. The sons of Onam were Shammai and Jada. The sons of Shammai were Nadab and Abishur. Abishur's wife was Abihail. She bore him Aban and Molid. The sons of Nadab, Seled and Apaim. Seled died without having sons. The sons of Apaim, Ishi. The sons of Ishi, Sheshan. The son of Sheshan, Alai. The sons of Jada, Shammai's brother, Jether and Jonathan. Jether died without having sons. The sons of Jonathan, Peleth and Zaza. These were the descendants of Jeremiel. Sheshan had no sons, only daughters. Sheshan had an Egyptian servant named Jarah. Sheshan gave his daughter to his servant Jarha, as a wife, and she bore him Attai. Attai was the father of Nathan, and Nathan was the father of Zabad. Zabad was the father of Ephlal. Ephlal was the father of Obed. Obed was the father of Jehu, and Jehu was the father of Azariah. Azariah was the father of Helez, and Helez was the father of Eliasah. Eliasah was the father of Sismai, and Sismai was the father of Shalom. Shalom was the father of Jechmiah, and Jechmiah was the father of Elishama. The sons of Caleb, Jeremiel's brother, his firstborn Mesha, the father of Ziph, and his second son Mareshah, the father of Hebron. The sons of Hebron, Korah, Tapua, Rechem, and Shema. Shema was the father of Raham and the father of Jorkim. Rechem was the father of Shammai. Shammai's son was Maon, who was the father of Beth-zur. Caleb's concubine Ephah bore Haran, Moza, and Gazez. Haran was the father of Gazez. The sons of Jadai, Regem, Jotham, Geshan, Pelet, Ephah, and Shaph. Caleb's concubine Maacah bore Sheber, and Tirhana. She also bore Shaph, the father of Madmanah, and Sheva, the father of Machmanah and Gibeah. Caleb's daughter was Aksha. These were the descendants of Caleb. The sons of Hur, the firstborn of Ephrath, Shobal, the father of Kiriath Jearim, Salma, the father of Bethlehem, and Hareph, the father of Beth Gader. The sons of Shobal, the father of Kiriath Jearim, were Haroeh, half the Manahethites, the clans of Kiriath Jearim, the Ithrites, Puthites, Shumathites, and Mishrites. The Zorathites and the Eshtaolites descended from these groups. The sons of Salma, Bethlehem, the Netophathites, Athroth Beth Joab, half the Manahathites, the Zorites, and the clans of the scribes who lived in Jabez, the Tirathites, Shimeathites, and Sukathites. These were the Kenites who descended from Hamath, the father of Beth Rechab. Whew. This is like a challenge in pronunciation. Early in the morning like this, first couple chapters to read, all kinds of names that are, definitely a challenge to read and pronounce. And okay. I'll just take a couple notes here. Continued account of lineages and descendants. This is from within Israel. All right. First Chronicles chapter 3, David's descendants. These were the sons of David who were born to him in Hebron. The first was Amnon, whose mother was Ahinoam from Jezreel. The second was Daniel, whose mother was Abigail from Carmel. The third was Absalom, whose mother was Maacah, daughter of King Talmai of Geshur. The fourth was Adonijah, whose mother was Haggith. The fifth was Shephatiah, whose mother was Abital. The sixth was Ithream, whose mother was Eglah, David's wife. These six were born to David in Hebron. He ruled for 7 years and 6 months. Where he ruled for 7 years and 6 months. He ruled 33 years in Jerusalem. These were the sons born to him in Jerusalem: Shimea, Shobab, Nathan, and Solomon. The mother of these four was Bathsheba, the daughter of Amiel. The other 9 were Ibhar, Elishua, Elpelet, Noga, Nepheg, Japhia, Elishama, Eliada, and Eliphalet. These were all the sons of David, not counting the sons of his concubines. Tamar was his sister. Solomon's son was Rehoboam, followed by Abijah, his son, Asa, his son, Jehoshaphat, his son, Joram, his son, Ahaziah, his son, Joash, his son, Amaziah, his son, Azariah, his son, Jotham, his son, Ahaz, his son, Hezekiah, his son, Manasseh, his son, Amon, his son, Josiah, his son. It's neat, actually, these last couple verses, because these are a lot of the names, a lot of the kings that we've been reading about in the last few days. So it's neat seeing them all listed off bang, 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 bang. The sons of Josiah: Johanan was the firstborn, Jehoiakim was born second, Zedekiah third, and Shallum fourth. The sons of Jehoiakim: his son Jehoiachin, and his son Zedekiah. The sons of Jehoiachin, the exile: Shealtiel's son, his son Malkiram, Pedaiah, Shenazar, Jechamiah, Hoshama, and Nebadiah. The sons of Pedaiah: Zerubbabel and Shimei. The sons of Zerubbabel: Meshullam and Hananiah. Shelomuth was their sister. The 5 others were Hashbua, Ohel, Berechiah, Hasadiah, and Jushab Hesed. The descendants of Hananiah: Pealtiel, Jeshiah. The sons of Rephiah, of Arnon, of Obadiah, and of Shechaniah. The descendants of Shechaniah: Shemaiah and his sons, Hattush, Igal, Bariah, Neariah, and Shaphat, 6 in all. The sons of Neariah: Elionai, Hizkiah, and Azikram, 3 in all. The sons of Elionai: Hodaviah, Eliashib, Pelaiah, Akub, Jonathan, Delaiah, and Hanani, 7 in all. Okay. All right. So this is more descendants. This is David's and Solomon's descendants. David and Solomon's descendants. All right. Next up, First Chronicles chapter 4. I'm going to take a little bit of water to hydrate a little bit. All right. Let's keep rolling. The descendants of Judah: Perez, Hezron, Carmi, Hur, and Shobal. Reiah, the son of Shobal, was the father of Jahath, and Jahath was the father of Ahumai and Lahad. These were the clans of the Zorathites. These were the sons of Etam, Jezreel, Ishma, and Idbash. Their sister was Hazelelponi. Penuel was the father of Gedor, and Ezer was the father of Husha. These were the descendants of Hur, the firstborn of Ephrathah, and the father of Bethlehem. Ashur, the father of Tekoa, had 2 wives, Hela and Nara. Nara bore him Ahuzam, Hefer, Temeni, and Hashtari. These were the sons of Nara. The sons of Hela, Zereth, Zohar, Ethnan, and Koz, who was the father of Anub, Hazobeba, and the clans of Aharhel, the son of Harum. Jabez was more respected than his brothers. His mother had named him Jabez, for she said, I experienced pain when I gave birth to him. Jabez called out to the God of Israel, if only you would greatly bless me and expand my territory. May your hand be with me, keep me from harm, so I might not endure pain. God answered his prayer. Caleb, the brother of Shuha, was the father of Mehir, who was the father of Eshton. Eshton was the father of Beth Rapha, Paseah, and Tehinah, the father of Ir Nahash. These were the men of Rekah, the sons of Kenaz, Othniel, and Sariah. The sons of Othniel, Hathath, and Meonothai. Meonothai was the father of Ophrah. Sariah was the father of Joab, who the father of those who live in the valley of the craftsmen, for they were craftsmen. The sons of Caleb, son of Jephunneh, Eru, Elah, and Nam. The sons of Elah, Kenaz, the son of Elah, Kenaz. The sons of Jehalalel, Ziph, Ziphah, Tiria, and Asarel. The sons of Ezra, Jether, Mered, Epher, and Jalon. Mered's wife, Bithia, gave birth to Miriam, Shammai, and Ishba, the father of Eshtemoa. His Judahite wife gave birth to Jared, the father of Gedor, Heber, and the father of Succo, and Jekuthiel, the father of Zanoah. These were the sons of Pharaoh's daughter, Bithia, who married. The sons of Hodiah's wife, the sister of Naham, the father of Keliah the Garmite, and Eshtemoa the Maacatite. The sons of Shimon, Amnon, Rina, Ben-Hanan, and Tilon, the descendants of Ishi, Zoheth, and Ben-Zoheth. The sons of Shelah of Judah, the father of Lekah, Lada, the father of Maresha, the clans of the linen workers at Beth Ashbea, Joachim, the men of Kozba, and Joash, and Saraph, both of whom ruled in Moab, and Jashubi Lehem. This information is from ancient records. They were potters who lived in Netaim and Gedera. They lived there and worked for the king. The descendants of Simeon, Nemuel, Jamin, Jarib, Zerah, Shaul, his son Shalom, his son Mibsam, and his son Mishma. The descendants of Mishma, his son Hamuel, his son Zakur, and his son Shimei. Shimei had 16 sons and 6 daughters, but his brothers did not have many sons, so their whole clan was not as numerous as the sons of Judah. They lived in Beersheba, Molada, Hazar Shual, Bilhah, Ezem, Tolad, Bethuel, Hormah, Ziklag, Beth Markaboth, Hazar Susim, Beth Biri, and Shamraim. These were the towns until the reign of David. Their settlements also included Etam, Ain, Rimon, Toshen, and Ashan, 5 towns, along with all their settlements that surrounded these towns as far as Baal. These were the places where they lived. They kept genealogical records. Their clan leaders were Meshobab, Jamlech, Josha, son of Amaziah, Joel, Jehu, son of Joshibiah, son of Sariah, son of Asiel, Elioenai, Jacoba, Jeshoiah, Asaiah, Adiel, Jesemiel, Benaiah, Ziza, son of Shippi, son of Alon, son of Jedaiah, son of Shimri, son of Shemaiah. These who were named above were the leaders of their clans. Their extended families increased greatly in numbers. They went to the entrance of Gedor, to the east valley, looking for pasture for their sheep. They found fertile and rich pasture. The land was very broad, undisturbed, and peaceful. Indeed, some Hamites had been living there before that. The men whose names are listed came during the time of King Hezekiah of Judah and attacked the Hamites' settlements as well as the Maonites they discovered there, and they wiped them out, as can be seen to this very day. They dispossessed them, for they found pasture for their sheep there. 500 men of Simeon, led by Pelatiah, Neariah, Rephaiah, and Uziel, the sons of Ishi, went to the hill country of Seir and defeated the rest of the Amalekite refugees. They live there to this very day. Okay. All right. Simeon and Judah. There's a lot of names. Simeon and Judah's descendants. All right, actually, I'll add one about at the end there. Simeon's descendants found a wide place to settle and take from the people who lived there. All right, First Chronicles chapter 5. Hold on, I saw a comment come in. Good morning. The prayer of Jabez is short but powerful. Yeah, that's true. Very true. Isn't there a book on that? Like a book called the Prayer of Jabez? Anyways, the sons of Reuben, Israel's firstborn. Now he was the firstborn, but when he defiled his father's bed, his rights as firstborn were given to the sons of Joseph, Israel's son. So Reuben is not listed as firstborn in the genealogical records. Though Judah was the strongest among his brothers and a leader descended from him, the right of the firstborn belonged to Joseph. The sons of Reuben, Israel's firstborn, Hanok, Palu, Hezron, and Carmi. The descendants of Joel, his son Shemaiah, his son Gog, his son Shimei, his son Micah, his son Reiah, his son Baal, and his son Beerah, whom King Tiglath-Pileser of Assyria carried into exile. Beerah was the tribal leader of Reuben. His brothers by their clans, as listed in their genealogical records, the leader Jael, Zechariah, and Bela, son of Azaz, son of Shema, son of Joel. They lived in Aror as far as Nebo and Baal-Meon. In the east, they settled as far as the entrance to the wilderness that stretches to the Euphrates, for their cattle had increased in numbers in the land of Gilead. During the time of Saul, they attacked the Hagrites and defeated them. They took over their territory and the entire eastern region of Gilead. Gad's descendants. The descendants of Gad lived near them in the land of Bashan as far as Salekah. They included Joel the leader, Shapham the second in command, Janai, and Shaphat in Bashan. Their relatives listed according to their families included Michael, Meshulam, Sheba, Jorai, Jachan, Zia, and Eber, 7 in all. These were the sons of Abihail, son of Huri, son of Jaroah, son of Gilead, son of Michael, son of Jeshishai, son of Jado, son of Buz. Ahi, son of Abdiel, son of Guni, was the leader of the family. They lived in Gilead, in Bashan and its surrounding settlements, and in the pasture lands of Sharon, to their very borders. All of them were listed in the genealogical records in the time of King Jotham of Judah and in the time of King Jeroboam of Israel. The Reubenites, Gadites, and the half tribe of Manasseh had 44,760 men in their combined armies. Warriors who carried shields and swords were equipped with bows and were trained for war. They attacked the Hagrites, Jetur, Naphish, and Nodab. They received divine help in fighting them, and the Hagrites and all their allies were handed over to them. They cried out to God during the battle. He responded to their prayers because they trusted in him. They seized the Hagrites' his animals, including 50,000 camels, 250,000 sheep, and 2,000 donkeys. They also took captive 100,000 people. Because God fought for them, they killed many of the enemy. They dispossessed the Hagrites and lived in the land until the exile. The half-tribe of Manasseh settled in the land from Bashan as far as Baal Hermon, Senir, and Mount Hermon. They grew in number. These were the leaders of their families: Epher, Ishi, Eliel, Azriel, Jeremiah, Hodaviah, Jadiel. They were skilled warriors, men of reputation, and leaders of their families, but they were unfaithful to the God of their ancestors and worshipped instead the gods of the native peoples whom God had destroyed before them. So the God of Israel stirred up King Pul of Assyria, that is, King Tiglath-Pileser of Assyria, and he carried away the Reubenites, Gadites, and half-tribe of Manasseh, and took them to Hala, Habor, Hara, and the river Gozan, where they remain to this very day. Okay, Reuben's descendants and Gad's descendants. Reuben's descendants and Gad's descendants. Reuben was the firstborn, but because of his sin with his dad's concubine, the firstborn blessing went to Joseph. Yeah. All right. Okay. Actually, yeah. Oops. Why isn't my point there? There it is. Okay. God gave victory to the people who were living east of the Jordan. They eventually get carried off to Assyria. All right, First Chronicles chapter 6. This is kind of fun. Actually, sorry. This is kind of fun because it's kind of a challenge to read all these names. But at the same time, it's really interesting because it was really important to have a detailed account of all these people. And so, like, you know, it does make it really clear and really easy actually to keep track of everyone, keep track of like who came from where. And it's so detailed, like remarkably very detailed account of people all the way back from the beginning of time to this point in history with all these descendants. And a lot of like this is like, yeah, like really, really impressive that a lot of this is actually documented, considering everything that we've seen happen throughout, you know, Genesis to now. The fact that there is a actual genealogical record is, I find it very interesting, very impressive, and it's fun to see names that we've read about so far, and it's fun to see like recognizable names from past stories, whether good or bad, but it is interesting to read and see where they fit in these lineages. But let's keep reading. First Chronicles chapter 6. The sons of Levi: Gershon, Kohath, and Merari. The sons of Kohath: Amram, Izhar, Hebron, and Uziel. The children of Amram: Aaron, Moses, and Miriam. The sons of Aaron: Nadab, Abihu, Eleazar, and Ithamar. Eleazar was the father of Phinehas, and Phinehas was the father of Abishua. Abishua was the father of Buki, and Buki was the father of Uzi. Uzi was the father of Zerahiah, and Zerahiah was the father of Meraioth. Meraiah was the father of Amariah, and Amariah was the father of Ahitub. Ahitub was the father of Zadok, and Zadok was the father of Ahimaaz. Ahimaaz was the father of Azariah, and Azariah was the father of Johanan. Johanan was the father of Azariah, who served as a priest in the temple Solomon built in Jerusalem. Azariah was the father of Amariah, and Amariah was the father of Ahitub. Ahitub was the father of Zadok. Zadok was the father of Shallum. Shallum was the father of Hilkiah. Hilkiah was the father of Azariah. Azariah was the father of Seraiah, and Seraiah was the father of Jehozadak. Jehozadak went into exile when the Lord sent the people of Judah and Jerusalem into exile by the hand of Nebuchadnezzar. The sons of Levi: Gershom, Kohath, and Merari. These are the names of the sons of Gershom: Libni and Shimei. The sons of Kohath: Amram, Izhar, Hebron, and Uziel. The sons of Merari: Mahli and Mushi. These are the clans of the Levites by their families. To Gershom, his son Libni, his son Jahath, his son Zimmah, his son Joah, his son Iddo, his son Zerah, and his son Jeatherai. The sons of Kohath: his son Aminadab, his son Korah, his son Asir, his son Elkanah, his son Ebiasaph, his son Asir, his son Tahath, his son Uriel, his son Uzziah, his son Shaul. The sons of Elkanah: Amasai, Ahimoth, his son Elkanah, his son Zophai, his son Nahath, his son Eliab, his son Jeroham, and his son Elkanah. The sons of Samuel: Joel the firstborn, and Abijah the second oldest. The descendants of Merari: Mali, his son Libni, his son Shimei, his son Uzzah, his son Shimea, his son Haggiah, his son Asaiah. Professional musicians. These are the men David put in charge of music in the Lord's sanctuary after the ark was placed there. They performed music before the sanctuary of the meeting tent until Solomon built the Lord's temple in Jerusalem. They carried out their tasks according to regulations. These are the ones who served along with their sons. From the Kohathites: Heman, the musician, son of Joel, son of Samuel, son of Elkanah, son of Jeroham, son of Eliel, son of Toah, son of Zuph, son of Elkanah, son of Mahath, son of Amasi, son of Elkanah, son of Joel, son of Azariah, son of Zephaniah, son of Tahath, son of Asir, son of Abiasaph, son of Korah, son of Izhar, son of Kohath, son of Levi, son of Israel. Serving beside him was his fellow Levite Asaph, son of Berechiah, son of Shimeah, son of Michael, son of Baaseiah, son of Malchijah, son of Ethni, son of Zerah, son of Adaiah, son of Ethan, son of Zimmah, son of Shimei, son of Jahath, son of Gershom, son of Levi. Serving beside them were their fellow Levites, the descendants of Merari, led by Ethan, son of Kishshi, son of Abdi, son of Maluk, son of Hashabiah, son of Amaziah, son of Hilkiah, son of Amzi, son of Bani, son of Shemer, son of Mali, son of Mushi, son of Merari, son of Levi. The rest of their fellow Levites were assigned to perform the remaining tasks at God's sanctuary. But Aaron and his descendants offered sacrifices on the altar for burnt offerings and on the altar for incense, as they had been assigned to do in the most holy sanctuary. They made atonement for Israel, just as God's servant Moses had ordered. These were the descendants of Aaron: his son Eleazar, his son Phinehas, his son Abishua, his son Buki, his son Uzi, his son Zerahiah, his son Meraioth, his son Amariah, his son Ahitub, his son Zadok, and his son Ahimaaz. These were the areas where Aaron's descendants lived. The following belonged to the Kohathite clan for they received the first allotment. They were allotted Hebron in the territory of Judah, as well as its surrounding pasture lands. But the city's land and nearby towns were allotted to Caleb, son of Jephunneh. The descendants of Aaron were allotted as cities of refuge in Hebron, Libnah and its pasture lands, Jatir, Eshtemoa and its pasture lands, Helez and its pasture lands, Debir and its pasture lands, Ashan and its pasture lands, and Beth Shemesh and its pasture lands. Within the territory of the tribe of Benjamin, they were allowed a Geba and its pasture lands, Alemeth and its pasture lands, Anathoth and its pasture lands. Their clans were allotted 13 cities in all. The rest of Kohath's descendants were allotted 10 cities in the territory of the half-tribe of Manasseh. The clans of Gershom's descendants received 13 cities within the territory of the tribes of Issachar, Asher, Naphtali, Manasseh, and Bashan. The clans of Merari's descendants were allotted 12 cities within the territory of the tribes of Reuben, Gad, and Zebulun. The Israelites gave to the Levites these cities and their pasture lands. They allotted these previously named cities from the territory of the tribes of Judah, Simeon, and Benjamin. The clans of Kohath's descendants also received cities as their territory within the tribe of Ephraim. They were allotted as cities of refuge, Shechem and its pasture lands, in the hill country of Ephraim, Gezer and its pasture lands, Joachim and its pasture lands, Beth Horon and its pasture lands, Ajalon and its pasture lands, Gath-Rimmon and its pasture lands. Within the territory of the half-tribe of Manasseh, the rest of Kohath's descendants received Aner and its pasture lands, Bileam and its pasture lands. The following belonged to Gershom's descendants. Within the territory of the half-tribe of Manasseh, Golan in Bashan, its pasture lands, and Ashtaroth and its pasture lands. Within the territory of the tribe of Issachar, Kedesh and its pasture lands, Daberath and its pasture lands, Ramoth and its pasture lands, and Anem and its pasture lands. Within the territory of the tribe of Asher, Mashal and its pasture lands, Abdon and its pasture lands, Hukuk and its pasture lands, Rehob and its pasture lands. Within the territory of the tribe of Naphtali, Kedesh in Galilee and its pasture lands, Hamon and its pasture lands, and Kiriathaim and its pasture lands. The following belong to the rest of Merari's descendants. Within the territory of the tribe of Zebulun, Rimono and its pasture lands, Tabor and its pasture lands. Within the territory of the tribe of Reuben, across the Jordan River, east of Jericho, Bezer in the wilderness and its pasture lands, Jaza and its pasture lands, Kedemoth and its pasture lands, and Mephath and its pasture lands. Within the territory of the tribe of Gad, Ramoth in Gilead and its pasture lands, Mahanaim and its pasture lands, Heshbon and its pasture lands, and Jazer and its pasture lands. I have never, ever said pasture lands, that word, so much out loud in one sitting in my life. That was fun. Okay, this is the descendants of the Levites. Description of the Levites that David appointed to be musicians at the temple. The pasture lands of the Levites. No, not pasture land. Though that is where you get the word pastor from. Pasture, that's not how you spell it. What am I doing? Pasture lands. Okay. All right. First Chronicles chapter 7. Issachar's descendants. The sons of Issachar, Tola, Pua, Jashub, and Shimron, 4 in all. The sons of Tola, Uzi, Rephaiah, Jeriel, Jamai, Jibsam, and Samuel. These were the leaders of their families in the time of David. There were 22,600 warriors listed in Tola's genealogical records. The sons of Uzi, Izraiah. The sons of Izraiah, Michael, Obadiah, Joel, and Ishia. All 5 were leaders. According to the genealogical records of their families, they had 36,000 warriors available for battle, for they had numerous wives and sons. Although, altogether, the genealogical records of the clans of Issachar listed 87,000 warriors. The sons of Benjamin, Bela, Becher, and Jediael, 3 in all. The sons of Bela, Esbon, Uzi, Uziel, Jerimoth, and Eri. The 5 of them were leaders of their families. There were 22,034 warriors listed in their genealogical records. The sons of Becher, Zemariah, Joash, Eleazar, Elionenai, Omri, Jerimoth, Abijah, Anathoth, and Alemeth. All these were the sons of Becher. There were 20,200 family leaders and warriors listed in their genealogical records. The son of Jediael, Bilhan. The sons of Bilhan, Jeush, Benjamin, Ehud, Kenana, Zethan, Tarshish, and Ahishashar. All these were the sons of Jediael. There were 17,200 family leaders and warriors who were capable of marching out to battle. The Shuppites and Huppites were descendants of Ir. The Hushites were descendants of Aher. The sons of Naphtali, Jaziel, Guni, Jazer, and Shalom, sons of Bilhah. That's it? That's surprising that's like that's it for Naphtali. Okay. But Manasseh, here we go. The sons of Manasseh, Azriel, who was born to Manasseh's Aramean concubine. She also gave birth to Machir, the father of Gilead. Now Machir married a wife from the Huppites and Shuppites. His sister's name was Maacah. Zelophehad was Manasseh's second son. He had only daughters. Maacah, Machir's wife, gave birth to a son whom she named Peresh. His brother was Sheresh, and his sons were Ulam and Rechem. The son of Ulam, Bedan. These were the sons of Gilead, son of Machir, son of Manasseh. His sister Hamoleketh gave birth to Ishdod, Abiezer, and Malah. The sons of Shemida were Ahian, Shechem, Likhi, and Aniam. The descendants of Ephraim, Shuthelah, his son Bered, his son Tahath, his son Eliada, his son Tahath, his son Tabad, his son Shuthelah, Ezer, and Iliad were killed by the men of Gath, who were natives of the land, when they went down to steal their cattle. Their father Ephraim mourned for them many days, and his brothers came to console him. He slept with his wife. She became pregnant and gave birth to a son. Ephraim named him Beriah, because tragedy had come to his family. His daughter was Shira, who built Lower and Upper Beth Horon, as well as Uzen Shira. His son Repha, his son Resheph, his son Tela, his son Tahan, his son Laden, his son Amihud, his son Elishama, his son Nun, his son Joshua. Their property and settlements included Bethel and its surrounding towns, Naran to the east, Gezer and its surrounding towns to the west, and Shechem and its surrounding towns as far as Aiah and its surrounding towns. On the border of Manasseh's territory were Beth Shean and its surrounding towns, Taanach and its surrounding towns, Megiddo and its surrounding towns, Andor and its surrounding towns. The descendants of Joseph, Israel's son, lived there. The sons of Asher, Imnah, Ishva, Ishvi, and Beriah. Sarah was their sister. The sons of Beriah, Heber and Malchiel, who was the father of Berzaith. Heber was the father of Japhlet, Shomer, Hotham, and Shua, their sister. The sons of Japhlet, Pasak, Bimhal, and Ashvath. These were Japhlet's sons. The sons of his brother Shemer, Roga, Huba, and Aram. The sons of his brother Helam, Zophah, Imnah, Sheleh, and Amal. The sons of Zophah, Shua, Harnefer, Shuval, Beri, Imra, Bezer, Hod, Shama, Shilsha, Ithran, and Bira. The sons of Jephunneh, Pispa, and Ara. The sons of Ula, Ira, Haniel, and Rizia. All these were the descendants of Asher. They were the leaders of their families, the most capable men who were warriors and served as head chiefs. There were 26,000 warriors listed in their genealogical records as capable of doing battle. All right, so Asher, Ephraim, Manasseh, Naphtali's, and Benjamin, and Issachar. Okay. So, Issachar, Naphtali, Benjamin. Yeah, it's not getting it. It's a car. Naphtali's not too far off. It's a car is funny. It's a car. It's a car. Naphtali, Benjamin. Okay, Issachar, Benjamin, Naphtali, Manasseh, Ephraim, Asher. Manasseh, Ephraim, Asher. Descendants. Okay. It did okay. It did okay with the names. Other than it's a car. That's funny. All right. Benjamin's descendants continued. Oh, part 2. Benjamin was the father of Bela. His firstborn Ashbel was born second, Ahra third, Noah fourth, and Rapha fifth. Bela's sons were Adar, Gera, Abihud, Abishua, Naaman, Ahoa, Gera, Shephufan, and Huram. These were the descendants of Ehud, who were leaders of the families living in Geba, who were forced to move to Manahath. Naaman, Ahijah, and Gera, who moved them. Gera was the father of Uzzah and Ahihud. Shaharaim fathered sons in Moab after he divorced his wives Hushim and Bara. By his wife Hodesh he fathered Jobab, Zibiah, Mesha, Malcham, Jeuz, Sakia, and Mirma. These were his sons. They were family leaders. By Hushim he fathered Abitub and Elpal. The sons of Elpal, Eber, Misham, Shemed, who built Ono and Lod, as well as its surrounding towns. Beriah and Shema, they were the leaders of the families living in Aijalon and chased out the inhabitants of Gath, Ahio, Shashak, Jeremoth, Zebediah, Arad, Eder, Michael, Ishpa, and Joha were the sons of Beriah. Zebediah, Meshulam, Hizki, Heber, Ishmerai, Isliah, and Jobab were the sons of Elpal. Jakim, Zikri, Zabdi, Eli, Enai, Zilathai, Eliel, Adiah, Beriah, and Shimrath were the sons of Shimei. Ishpan, Eber, Eliel, Abdon, Zikri, Hanan, Hananiah, Elam, Anthothijah, Ifdeiah, Penuel were the sons of Shashak, Shamsharai, Shechariah, Athaliah, Reshaiah, Elijah, and Zikri were the sons of Jeroham. These were the family leaders listed in the genealogical records. They lived in Jerusalem. the father of Gibeon, lived in Gibeon. Okay. His wife's name was Maacah. His firstborn son was Abdon, followed by Zur, Kish, Baal, Nadab, Gedor, Ahio, Zechar, and Mikloth. Mikloth was the father of Shimeah. They also lived near their relatives in Jerusalem. And Ner was the father of Kish, and Kish was the father of Saul. Saul was the father of Jonathan, Malchi-Shua, Abinadab, and Eshbaal, the son of Jonathan. Merib-Baal was the father of Micah. The sons of Micah were Python, Melech, Tariah, and Ahaz. Ahaz was the father of Jehoiada, and Jehoiada was the father of Elameth, Azmaveth, and Zimri. Zimri was the father of Moza. Moza was the father of Biniah. His son was Rapha, whose son was Eliasa, whose son was Azel. Azel had 6 sons. Azrikam, his firstborn, followed by Ishmael, Sheariah, Obadiah, and Hanan. All these were the sons of Azel. The sons of his brother Eshek, Ulam was his firstborn, Jeush second, and Eliphalet third. The sons of Ulam were warriors who were adept archers. They had many sons and grandsons, a total of 150. All these were the descendants of Benjamin. The descendants of Benjamin, part 2. All right, 1 Chronicles chapter 9. This is the last chapter of this morning. The genealogical records were kept for all Israel. They were recorded in the scroll of the kings of Israel. The people of Judah were carried away to Babylon because of their unfaithfulness. The first to resettle on their property and in their cities were some Israelites, priests, Levites, and temple servants. Some from the tribes of Judah, Benjamin, and Ephraim, and Manasseh settled in Jerusalem. The settlers included Uthai, son of Ammihud, son of Omri, son of Imri, son of Bani, who was a descendant of Perez, son of Judah. From the Shilonites, Asaiah, the firstborn, and his sons. From the descendants of Zerah, Joel. Their relatives numbered 690. From the descendants of Benjamin, Shalu, son of Meshulam, son of Hodaviah, son of Hasenua, Ibniah, son of Jeroham, Elah, son of Uzi, son of Mikri, son of Meshulam, son of Shephatiah, son of Ruel, son of Ibnijah. Their relatives listed in their genealogical records numbered 956. All these men were leaders from their families. From the priests, Jedaiah, Jehoiarib, Jachin, Azariah, son of Hilkiah, son of Meshulam, son of Zadok, son of Meraioth, son of Ahitub, the leader in God's temple, Adaiah, son of Jeroham, son of Pashhur, son of Malchijah, son of Maasai, son of Adiel, son of Jazerah, son of Meshulam, son of Meshilemith, son of Immer. Whew. Their relatives were leaders of their families, numbered 1,760. They were capable men who were assigned to carry out the various tasks of service in God's temple. From the Levites, Shemaiah, son of Hasub, son of Azrikam, son of Hashabiah, a descendant of Merari, Bakar, Heresh, Galal, Mattaniah, son of Micah, son of Zikri, son of Asaph, Obadiah, son of Shemaiah, son of Galal, son of Jeduthun, and Berechiah, son of Asa, son of Elkanah, who lived among the settlements of the Netophathites. The gatekeepers were Shalom, Akub, Talmon, Ahiman, and their brothers Shalom was the leader. He serves to this very day at the king's gate on the east. They were the gatekeepers from the camp of the descendants of Levi. Shalom, son of Kore, son of Ebiasaph, son of Korah, and his relatives from his family, the Korahites, were assigned to guard the entrance of the sanctuary. Their ancestors had guarded the entrance to the Lord's dwelling place. Phinehas, son of Eleazar, had been their leader in earlier times, and the Lord was with him. Zechariah, son of Meshelemiah, was the guard at the entrance of the meeting tent. All those selected to be gatekeepers at the entrances numbered 212. Their names were recorded in the genealogical records of their settlements. David and Samuel the prophet had appointed them to their positions. They and their descendants were assigned to guard the gates of the Lord's sanctuary, that is, the tabernacle. The gatekeepers were posted on all four sides, east, west, north, and south. The relatives who lived in their settlements came from time to time and served with them for 7-day periods. The four head gatekeepers, who were Levites, were assigned to guard the storerooms and treasuries in the Lord's sanctuary. They would spend the night in their posts and all around the God's sanctuary, for they were assigned to guard it, and would open it with the key every morning. Some of them were in charge of the articles used by those who served. They counted them, and when they brought them in and when they brought them out. Some of them were in charge of the equipment and articles of the sanctuary, as well as the flour, wine, olive oil, incense, and spices. But some of the priests mixed the spices. Mattathiah, a Levite, the firstborn son of Shalom the Korathite, was in charge of baking the bread for offerings. Some of the Kohathites, their relatives, were in charge of preparing the bread that is displayed for each Sabbath. The musicians and Levite family leaders stayed in rooms at the sanctuary and were exempt from other duties. For day and night they had to carry out their assigned tasks. These were the family leaders of the Levites as listed in their genealogical records. They lived in Jerusalem. Jael's descendants. Jael, the father of Gibeon, lived in Gibeon. His father was Makkah. His firstborn son was Abdon, followed by Zur, Kish, Baal, Ner, Nadab, Gedor, Ahio, Zechariah, and Mikloth. Mikloth was the father of Shimeam. They also lived near their relatives in Jerusalem. Ner was the father of Kish, and Kish was the father of Saul. Saul was the father of Jonathan, Malchi, Shua, Abinadab, and Eshbal, the son of Jonathan. Meribbaal was the father of Micah. The sons of Micah, Pithon, Melech, Tariah, and Ahaz. Ahaz was the father of Jarrah, and Jarrah was the father of Elameth, Azmaveth, and Zimri. Zimri was the father of Moza, and Moza was the father of Benia. His son was Rephaiah, whose son was Eliasah, whose son was Azel. Azel had 6 sons, Azrikam, his firstborn, followed by Ishmael, Sheariah, Obadiah, and Hanan. These were the sons of Azel. Whew. All right, this was this morning's reading. There was JL. I gotta copy paste this one. And yeah, right. Okay. All right. First Chronicles chapter 9 was account of those who resettled in Jerusalem after the Babylonian exile. And then there was something that was cool about like the duties of the gatekeepers. I thought that was interesting. Yeah. All right. Let's see. Gatekeepers of the temple. Okay. So that's it for this morning. This was a funny or not funny, but like a different kind of a read. It was a challenge for me to read a lot of names that I'm not used to reading, but we'll get more into narrative stuff back tomorrow. It's going to be interesting. I just peeked ahead right now, so um, it's going to be fun. It's gonna be a good read. I hope that again that this reading wasn't just names and whatever, but that it does actually help us to appreciate even the historicity of the Bible and how carefully documented everything was, and how much these things mattered, how important it is that 9 chapters in a row of the Bible are dedicated to this. It is significant, and it is neat to see how. Actually, let me turn off the light. The sun's coming in, so now it's getting a little overexposed. But yeah, it is neat to see just kind of like how that was so important, and all the details that were thrown in, and random little things here and there that were thrown in that were important to insert in the middle of a genealogy. So I don't know. I thought that was interesting. I genuinely thought this was a really interesting reading. I hope you did too. And I'm gonna pray, and then we will close out this live stream. Lord God Almighty, thank you for this day. Thank you for this reading, and the all that was documented. Thank you that we get to see all of these things just written out for us, and all the purposes that this genealogy and this account has served over thousands of years. Like, this has been important for thousands of years, and I thank you that it is so well documented. I thank you especially that we can trust your word, and your word is it's true and accurate, and we can build our lives on it. So God, I thank you, and I pray in your marvelous name, Yeshua. Amen. So I hope you'll have a wonderful day, and I will see you tomorrow. Have an amazing day, and go serve the Lord, live for him, and glorify him today. God bless you. See you tomorrow.